What's going on, guys? My name is Ted, bringing you all a quick free-for-all today using my UMP45 Rapid Fire Extended Max, playing on map Seatown. And before I get into the commentary about Black Ops 2 Wildcards, I wanted to mention real quick about the gameplay. I'm actually not using any kill streaks, so at this point in the day of playing MW3, I decided I no longer wanted to use kill streaks because I wanted a challenge, and I'm sure you can all understand that when you get really good at something, you just want a challenge at some point in time. And I decided to remove all the kill streaks. So that's why the gameplay is a little bit slower paced than normal, because I don't have air support shitting on kids, or my specialist bonus for that matter. And I did put a good score. I think it was 30-2, so I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. But let's get into Black Ops 2 Wildcards. And more specifically, I'm not going to go over the Wildcards themselves as much as the effects they're going to have on the game. So one thing I want to note about the Wildcards, and before I get started, I'm going to do a couple disclaimers. Y'all might already know this stuff. I'm sorry if you do. I haven't been following the Black Ops 2 information as much as I should be, because I'm in college, I've got a lot on my mind. But I've been reviewing them recently, and there's a few things that I've noticed that I'm not too fond of, and I want to get into that and touch base on it now. Primarily, I'm worried about these perk greed wildcards. Perk Tier 1 perk and Tier 3 perk specifically, but also Tier 2 perk greed. And if you don't know what greed is, it's a wild card in which you can have 2 of the Tier 1 perks, or 2 of the Tier 2 perks, or 2 of the Tier 3 perks, things like that. And it's going to use all of your points, I understand that, but it's also going to give people a little too much of an advantage. I liked Black Ops 2 because I thought that it was going to finally solve the problem of the overbearing stealth perks. And I'll give them credit. They really have done a good job of splitting all of the stealth perks up into a lot of different categories. They got some in Tier 1, some in Tier 2, and some in Tier 3, which is fine and dandy. There's a total of, I think, 5 true stealth perks that are needed to be completely stealthy. But the problem is they do allow you to get all 5 of those stealth perks. The stealth perks I'm talking about, which is Ghost, which is a Tier 1 perk, which allows you to be invisible to the UAV if you're moving. Blind Eye is also a Tier 1 perk, which allows you to be invisible to all the AI-controlled kill streaks, which is the ones that, like the paved loads, the ones that the computer controls for you. In the Tier 2 perk slot, you've got the hardwired the hardwired perk, which is a stealth perk that lets you be immune to the counter UAV and the EMPs. Basically makes you immune to the other team's hurting kill streaks that aren't lethal, such as the counter UAV, the EMP. And then finally, Cold-Blooded and Dead Silence. Those are similar from the last games. Dead Silence makes your footsteps quieter. That's a Tier 3 perk. And then Cold-Blooded makes you immune to all the user-controlled kill streaks, as well as sensor grenades, target finders, and all the stuff like that. They're just too powerful. I've always complained about this. I always will. Just call me a grumpy old man. I complain about these stealth perks. And I like how they're split up between different perks now, but I don't like how these wildcards enable you to get all the perks back. I wish that they'd make it so that it's impossible to have all the stealth perks at once. Something I've suggested a long time ago, maybe all guys like this idea, is I'd suggested putting all the stealth perks in one group, like making a Tier 1 all the stealth perks, Tier 2 all your gun benefiting perks, and then maybe Tier 3 all your person characterizational perks. Things like that. I wanted the perk tiers to actually correlate to something instead of just being kind of random. And that's the way it kind of seems they are right now, is just very, very random. I do like the idea of wildcards. I like the extra customization, but I feel like people combining, with the Tier 1 wildcard, they're going to be able to have Ghost and Blind Eye. Well, bam, they're invincible to the UAVs, and they don't have to be worried about the AI-controlled kill streaks. Or they can go ahead and use the Tier 2 perk, or wildcard, and bam, they can have Hardwired and Cold-Blooded, and they're immune to all the user-controlled kill streaks as well as the EMPs, counter UAVs, rendering the other team's kill streaks pretty much worthless. And then you move on to Tier 3. One thing that I'm really cautious about as well with the combination here, although there's only one stealth perk here in the Tier 3, Dead Silence, one thing I'm scared of is the Dead Silence mixed with awareness. That's the kind of Sitrep Pro-isk perk for Black Ops 2, which makes other teammate or other enemies' footsteps a lot louder. I'm scared that people are going to just abuse these to sound whore a lot more. And I'm no different, guys. I'm not gonna lie. In this gameplay, I'm using Sitrep Pro, but it's because it was in the game and it was the best thing in the game to use. I wish that they would make it so that they're not these perks in the game. If they weren't in the game, I couldn't use them, and I wouldn't be kind of obligated to use them because I want to do the best that I can. It's just kind of aggravating. I wish they would have thought this out better, or I guess they know exactly what they're doing. It's just the ways that they go about it. I guess I have my own opinion. I completely respect Treyarch. I think they're a great company. I think that if we realize these perks are overpowered, that they're going to do something about it and they're going to change it. I actually have a lot of faith in Treyarch as opposed to Infinity Ward. That's my thoughts on it. Let me know your opinions down below. Maybe you think you have better perk combinations you're going to use with these wildcards. Maybe you don't like wildcards at all. Let me know your comments down below. I really do enjoy reading those, and I do read them all. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.